Welcome, everybody. Let me just get these cameras on now as we try our new intro. Boom, boom, boom. Get rid of the kingpin. And bam, we're in it. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Norbert coming to you directly from London for week 4 of season 13 of the TTS leagues for Marvel Crisis Protocol. With me is my regular co-host and dear friend, the dapper, jazzy-looking Huggy Bear. Hello, Huggy.
Hello, Norbert. I am Huggy Bear, and I'm ready to witness the Austrian-Scottish War.
Yes. Wow. So we have Lunatic Machine, who's also known as Stefan from Austria, I think Vienna in particular, who was on the second place WTC team. So you know him because you played against them in the final round.
Exactly. Well, not him. I didn't play him in person, but we played against his team.
Yeah, exactly. And against him is one of these countries that is got a very deceptively strong meta, and that's Scotland. We have Volcano, who I don't know well, or at all, rather, I should say. I don't think anyway. I don't know his real name, but he comes from Scotland. And the exciting thing about this is we're going to do a bit of civil war here tonight, Huggy Bear, because it's Avengers on Avengers.
Ooh, civil war indeed.
Yeah. So let's take a closer look at what they brought. Yeah. So Lunatic Machine, Stefan is going to be in blue today. So we're looking at Volcano's roster. It is Core Widow, Black Widow 2. Black Widow 1, I should say, Core Widow. Captain America First Avengers, that's Cap America 3.
Steve 3 is what I...
Steve 3, yeah, sure. Captain Marvel 2, the Cosmic Avenger. Deadpool. Ooh, Gwenpool, yes! Spider-Woman, Miles Morales, Sabretooth, Ms. Marvel, and Hawkeye. And cards are Avengers Assemble, Brace, oh, no, that's not what I'm looking after. I want the...
Yes, Disarm.
Disarm, yeah. We were talking about that on the Across the Bifrost. It was the Sleeve It or Heave It this week. But where's... Oh, they've picked them already. Oh, sad.
They've already picked Crises, so we could have a look at those soon.
All right. So Lunatic Machine, again, from the Austrian side, he is taking... Oh, Deadpool as well. He went with Sam Wilson, though. Captain America 3, Steve 3. Cable. Ooh, fun. The Black Widow, so that's Black Widow 3. Dr. Voodoo.
Very fun model to play.
Okay. I'll have to talk about that then later. Dr. Voodoo, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Luke Cage, and Toad. So a few things that have overlapped, but not terribly many, to be honest.
Yeah, Lunatic Machine's roster is a bit more classic, whereas Volcano has dived headlong into the new Steve 3 tech. So I really like the choice of Gwenpool in there, and it will be interesting to see how he decides to construct his team. And not the least to see whether we get to see a pure Steve mirror, or if Volcano elects to go with Sam to counter the more attrition-focused style that Steve offers.
Yeah, I'm super stoked because the very interesting rosters, particularly on Volcano's side, and so it'll be interesting how they face off against each other, like you said. All right, I just took a look. Volcano won the priority role and chose Extracts. So that would be Mutant Extremists. So this is with the 6 senators kind of pretty much centrally in the board.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Can only hold one at a time. It's been a little dangerous to play this one if you see a Brotherhood, Mystique roster, but that's not the case here today.
You get stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
With you.
And Secures will be Spider People, the portals. So this is where you have to roll your energy defense to flip it. And if you roll a skull, then you get placed within 2 of your current position, although you do still get it. And that's a D map. So, and then lastly, the map today is brought to us by Pat. And this looks like a classic one, Hell's Kitchen. 30 points of terrain on the table.
Classic map, like you say.
Yeah. So let's take... I told the boys that they can get...
Fittingly rolling with the Fisk barracks there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, all right.
Is that what you call them? Barracks?
This is a trailer.
Trailer, right.
Yeah, barracks is specific for military housing, basically.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. It's not military specific
Mm.
in Swedish.
Mm.
Where with it, baracker.
Okay. So they haven't put down the crisis yet, but we've got the size 4 trailer here. Size 2 barrels, size 3 pipes. The lamps are all size 1. This is going to be size 2 forklift, size 2 car, size 2 bus stop, 2 buildings, size 3, size 2 dumpster, and then a size 3 there. So quite a few size 3s on the top side of the
Yep.
table, size 4 and some size 2s here at the bottom. Oh,
There
and
are some interesting placements of these terrain pieces as well. So depending on how they choose to rotate the board, unless they've already done that, those size threes might interfere with either player's deployment.
yeah, Pat's always very clever about where he puts his terrain when it comes to that sort of thing to make it a challenge for whoever's playing.
Yep.
I also just found out. So again, Volcano won the priority and chose extracts, and Lunatic chose 18 threat. He could have chose 18 or 19. So Huggy Bear, what's your strategic analysis here, considering the two rosters that you saw with the 6 senators on the board and the D-shaped secure?
So we're looking at a quite fast scoring crisis setup. There are 10 points on the table, which could make for a pretty quick 3-round game if one of the players get clever in the first 2 rounds and take a big lead. I really like the inclusion of the new Black Widow on Lunatic Machine's side. I believe that was the last roster we looked at, right?
Yes.
And I think she is both her and Spider Woman are very, very good on this crisis in particular. So this could go. I mean, there's a decision here. Do you dive headlong into the middle and grab as many senators as you can, or do you try to first go for the sides, flip the portals, and grab at least 2 senators, but maybe not more than 3 at least? So and then try to keep level on the extracts, but win on the secures. So it's also quite beneficial to get those secures flipped early game because people's movement become limited when they hold senators, and since this is a pay to flip, then the points keep ticking your way until your opponent flips a point back. So will be interesting to see. Deployment will be very telling and interesting to analyze here.
Okay, let's take a look then.
As always, of course.
Let's take a look at what Volcano brought from Scotland. Hawkeye, interesting because of the D shape. That probably makes sense, right? Deadpool,
who is a beast under Steve.
Oh, you have to talk to us about that. Oh, it's because he gets, where's his card? He gets more likely to have his triggers happen, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's true for any character that plays under Steve, but
Yeah.
he has some great triggers.
Okay, got it. Spider Woman, so Steel.
Also very good triggers.
And Sabretooth, interestingly. And lastly,
also,
Steve.
Very good triggers.
So, so the Trigger Fest. So interesting. He's taken Steve 3 from the new core box, who is known for enabling a lot of triggers. And people say that that's really helpful for the new core box because a lot of those characters seem to have a lot of those triggers. Like it's designed around Steve 3 a little bit. But he's not taken any other core character box model.
To be fair, I think that one of the best triggers under Steve 3 is actually Pierce. Because that is effectively spending, that can often be mean spending 1 power to gain 2 additional damage as well as 2 additional powers. So you get a net gain of power for using the leadership rather than having to spend it in a tighter power economy, so to speak. So love Pierce under Steve.
Cards he took was Exceptional Healing. Oh, he got the Disarm in there. Hopefully he gets to use it. We'll see how he uses it. Brace for Impact. Avengers Symbols, of course. And, Double Agent. Whoa.
Ooh, very interesting. I have tried this card at times. I haven't been really successful in getting too much out of it. So it will be interesting to see how Volcano elects to use it.
Yeah.
they appear to not have put the objective tokens down
I
yet.
know. It's very strange. So I'm not sure if we're not seeing them.
I wonder what they. Could be fun if they start playing round one. I'm like, hey, wait, what are we gonna
Yeah.
grab here?
It's very strange. Uh-oh. I'm getting a little swirly on my mouse, so I wonder if this board is about to crash. Ah, there they go. No, I think we just we lagged.
Yeah, maybe there's a bit of lag going on. Okay, so very interesting placements of these senators. We're currently witnessing the table from Volcano's side, right?
Correct. Yes, correct.
So there are some pretty good places where he can, but yeah, it's quite symmetrical now that I think of it. So
We'll take.
So let's look at Lunatic Machine's team.
All right, cool. He brought the Black Widow. Oh, great! So we can talk about her. Hawkeye, again, probably because of that D shape. Toad, which is great with all those senators. Luke Cage, Iron Man 1, I should say, and Sam. So pretty classic Sam list, I would say. And then real quick,
classic, solid Avengers core.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Plus the Black Widow.
All Avengers.
That's a bit. Yeah.
All Avengers except Toad.
Yeah. Sacrifice, Brace, Fallback, Avengers Assemble, and Mission Objective.
All fantastic cards.
Okay, cool.
So, well, we can conclude that Lunatic Machine has gone down a bit more of the classic Avengers route here with Sam, and Volcano is the one who is bringing the new shiny things under Steve 3 to a great extent.
So Volcano
Even though Black Widow is a spicy piece.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that. Hawkeye on the right with Volcano is dead center. Just to his right is Spider-Woman. Hank flanking really hard right is Captain America 3, Steve 3. And just to the left of the center is Sabretooth. And a little further left is Deadpool. So quite centrally located apart from Steve up there. Meanwhile, Stefan has put Toad dead center, the Black Widow flanking left, and Iron Man flanking even hard left. Sam Wilson is just to the right of Toad, then Hawkeye to the right of that, and then Luke Cage. So very centrally located as well, except for the people trying to counteract what Steve 3 is doing at the top of the screen. The bottom of the screen, very empty. Huggy Babe, I'm really thirsty, so I have to tell you, look, I got this special beer from Steve Herc. Steve Herc is from Belgium, and he came over to visit us for the Mutant Weekender this past weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he brought me 3 special double Belgian-style beers. They're called doubles, which is my favorite, I think, most of the time. And look, it even has this really old-timey type of latch kind of a mechanism instead of a cap. So I'm looking forward to popping this now.
Nice. I decided to pour me one of my favorites, or my definite favorite gin and tonic. Yeah. Citadel gin, hibiscus tonic, and a piece of lime.
Ooh, hibiscus tonic. Fancy. So thank you, Steve. He doesn't even drink beer, but he consulted with some people and apparently got some ones that kind of fit the flavor profile that I typically look for in a Belgian beer. And it was so nice of him to bring that.
Being Belgian.
Yeah. All right. There we go.
So it appears my actual WTC Finals opponent is in the chat, who has recently nicknamed himself Huggy Slayer, because yes, I got hammered in that final by his CTR, and I have certainly spent a good chunk of time thinking of CGR tech since that day. And to be fair, though, I'm actually I have a 100% win rate against CGR since WC.
All right, catching people
up.
At
least in competitive games.
We had Volcano's Deadpool go up and grab a senator, and he's parked himself on top of that trailer. Meanwhile, Luke Cage double moved to the bottom secure and actually was able to flip it okay. And did not get the skull, so he doesn't have to move.
Right.
And
Lunatic Machine has an abundance of activation, so he can afford to send people to the sides. Having an extra body on the table is actually a big advantage on senators here, since you can only hold one of them at a time. There's a strategy to, if you're starting to fall behind on points, try to take out the opponent's characters not yet holding senators, because that prevents them from scoring more points than they're already holding.
That's a good point. Really good point. He's decided to move Steve away from that flank. I thought Steve might go to the top secure, but he's changed his mind and went for the extract instead. So he's taking the top right senator.
Maybe he wanted to make him a slightly more awkward target for Iron Man.
I like how one senator
Also,
is sitting on.
This is a clever move, given the fact that he's picked the two most attractive senators for Black Widow, because what I think she does really, really well is diving one of the opponent's extracts. And by diving, I mean moving forward and grabbing an extract in the sort of offensive half of the board, putting herself in grave danger, but her kit allows her to withstand a whole lot of damage. And then if she does indeed go down, he gets to put the objective token down, so the opponent still doesn't get it, and that makes her a very unattractive target.
I see.
So she's a psychologically strong piece, I'd say. And I have been playing her myself for a bit now, and I very much like her.
So is that why you like her, though, or is there something else as well?
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that you have to like wrap your head around her before she starts to get good. If you play her like a normal MCP character, so to speak, move, attack, then she's pretty lackluster. But if you sort of play her like a reverse MCP character, where you like first dive headlong in, take some damage, no worries, and then she starts to become really dangerous after having suffered damage, built a little bit of power, because her spender is really good.
All right, I'm going to take a look at it.
Especially when you have some dice manipulation.
Iron Man went ahead and grabbed the top left senator and hid himself behind the size 3 building, so he's very safe back there. And that moving now over to, I think it's Spider-Woman. Yeah, Spider-Woman looking to make a grab, safe grab for the middle here for the middle senator.
So there were one senator on each side that was sort of inviting to an offensive play, going for the opponent's side. It was the one that Black Widow just picked up behind the Gronko store, and there was the Deadpool one over here. That one got picked up real early, so Volcano was definitely anticipating that potential move, because you would have been able to reach the senator and then stand protected behind the trailer, being difficult to attack for the first round, and potentially getting an extract lead. Yeah. Which is very impactful on this particular crisis, given the fact that if you take one more than your opponent, you're getting a 4-2, so that's a 2-point advantage rather than a 3-2 when there's 5 points on the table, or even a 3-1. That's also a 2-point advantage, but not as fast as scoring 4 points purely on the extract, because that opens up to reaching with some good moves and a little bit of luck, opens up the possibility to 16 as early as late round 3.
So
all right, so it was Iron.
Yeah, it was Iron Man actually. That I want to correct that. Who went behind Gronkos after picking up the senator, and now it is actually the Black Widow who's doing her long moves and staying outside of 3, because I believe she has stealth as well. Is that right?
She does. Yeah. This is an interesting move. I think she is at her absolute best when she's holding an extract. That's when she starts to become really valuable, because if she's just running around chasing secures, spending her 1 power each round, then she's not going to impact the board very much, most likely.
All right,
so we'll see.
She's flipped it and no skull, so she's absolutely fine. Oh yeah, so let's take a look at her card in the meantime. Let's see if I can find it. That's her. Right.
So I would have expected Lunatic Machine to perhaps put her, have her be the model, go down the middle of the table and grab one of the remaining senators.
Yeah, that Deadly Oranges is a pretty good attack. Wow.
Yeah, it is. Especially if you have some way of manipulating dice to ensure that trigger, which Lunatic Machine doesn't have in this particular setup, but there are quite a few options to have those in Avengers. Steve being one of them. Another one being the new Iron Man with his reroll bubble.
So it looks like Hawkeye moved up onto the point and was successful to flip it, but no skull. So he's doing great.
Yep. 75%. That's what the chance for rolling at least one success on 2 dice.
Oh, he only has 2 dice energy. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that was lucky then. Wow.
Yep. But yeah, he had backup in the form of Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Now, I would not be entirely surprised to see Sabretooth diving one of the remaining senators, depending on who Lunatic Machine activates here.
Mm-hmm.
Toad could possibly grab the top one and stand in cover behind the Gronko
building.
door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. But with Hawkeye there, Sabretooth is going to be problematic if he dies. We'll see if he does it. Big shout out to Rob Reed. He's in the chat. Got to see Rob in the flesh this past weekend. I haven't seen him in ages, since like War Machine WTC days, I think. So it was great seeing him again. I was hoping to get a game in with him, but it got too busy. Let's see, Hawkeye.
Looks like he's also doing the secure gamble. Good old Hawkeye.
Also looking to get cover, I guess, or breaking line of sight, at least from that building. He's trying to flip the secure, and he does it. And also with the two dice only.
Yep.
Both of them have gotten very lucky this game so far.
Sure. So Lunatic Machine has definitely gone for the sides. The approach that I discussed earlier, like flipping the secures first, and then it's okay for the opponent sort of to take one more extract than you, because they will be more limited in movement than you. Because the detriment of holding a senator is that you only get to do one move action per activation.
Right. Lucas, the mad podcaster, or I should say streamer, the mad streamer, Lucas Schick is in the chat, and he has a comment for you, Huggy Bear.
Yeah. I completely agree.
You should repeat it so people know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Lucas writes, I like Lunatic's strategy of focusing on the secures first. Let's see if he collapses onto Volcano's team in round 2. Yeah, because it's currently I don't see too many characters on Volcano's side that will be in a great position to move to either side. I mean, sure, you could put Deadpool there, but I don't know about him in a fight against Luke Cage. Maybe doing a bunch of bang bangs and doing 1 damage per attack, but that's still unlikely to wear him down very fast. So, and then Luke Cage can retaliate and do the 4 measly damage that Deadpool has on his healthy side. But even though you want to keep him undazed because he becomes way better on his injured side. But I think this is given the fact that there's only Sam left to activate after Toad here, Yeah, it looks as though we're having a dive here.
Mm-hmm.
Sabretooth does not fear the four dice throwing shields from Sam. He goes oof really aggressively.
Wow.
So he's looking to. He's asking Sam a question here. Okay, do you want to throw some stuff at me? Then I will aggressive and attack either Hawkeye or Toad before I get the Yayas out of here and with your senator.
Right. So Iron Man and Toad have the extracts. Ooh, I think Lunatic Machine's not taking the bait.
Is that whose character? Isn't that
Sam.
Spider-Woman up there? Sam. Yeah, but the one he's measuring range to.
Steve
Captain
3.
America, right? So there's no stealth there now.
No.
It's a bit hard to with this these 2D
Yeah.
renditions of the models.
Yeah. If people are
It's a bit hard to tell them apart from the side.
Yeah. People have some time and talent. We have a channel devoted to trying to get 3D sculpts into the game because it takes some time in it. So it's not something Carl can do on his own. So if you're interested in that, message the Infinity Watch or Carl directly, and he'll get you set up.
There are some pretty good 3D scanners these days, I believe.
Yeah, you just need to own one. So
yep,
that's the thing. Sam's decided to move up into Gronko's very popular shop today and shoot at Steve 3, who managed to save everything that came his way.
Yeah, I mean,
and got the ricochet. Ricocheting into Hawkeye.
I sort of actually believe this was the best possible outcome because if he had done damage to Steve, sure, he would have pushed him, but he would also have given him at least 1 power, meaning that his charge would be online next round, which is currently isn't.
2 damage go through from the ricochet, which is good on Hawkeye since he only has 4 hit points, and he also gets pushed, which is also good considering how long range his attack is.
Yeah, he does have his hook arrow, so he can pretty much get to wherever he wants, and he's not holding a senator, so he's free to move about if that's what Volcano wants to do. I believe we'll see him hook arrow somewhere and double tap some of the Lunatic Machine's models. And he under Steve, he can be those 5 dice attacks are nothing to be sneezed at when you can have 1 automatic trigger as well, and start putting conditions on your opponent's models. Shock, for instance, and slow.
Yeah,
can be a pain.
So we've got looks like 5 points for Volcano into 5 for Lunatic Machine. So he was happy to let Sabretooth take that and not take the bait with the aggressive and everything. Take that senator, and now. It's round 2. Round 2 with Volcano. 5-5. Volcano's prior.
So at this point, even though it's 5-5 on the score, I would consider this a slight advantage to Lunatic Machine because he's holding half as many senators as Volcano does.
Yeah.
So he's way more flexible with his activations.
Yeah. So Volcano's decided to activate his Deadpool and trying to attack Luke Cage sitting on the point there. But Luke Cage is rolling a great... Oh my god, the save is outrageous.
Yeah, that's what I call a block.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's about the biggest block I've ever seen.
I think it was more like Deadpool shooting blanks or something.
And it appears he spent 1 power on Deadpool in order to use the leadership and trigger the second attack for the first action, the bang bang.
Right. Another good hit, though.
Yep.
Luke's not saved as well. Let's see what the crit rolls into. Nothing. Okay. Ooh. So 4 hits into effectively 2 saves because of the damage reduction.
Yeah. And there's more rerolls coming. At least 1.
Yeah, I don't think nothing came of it.
No, that's it. Okay, yeah. So 2 damage.
2 damage. 2 damage.
But that was only his first action.
Yes, right. So tell us again, Steve 3's leadership.
If you roll a hit, on an attack roll, you can spend 1 power and change any one of the other dice to any result you like. So it's commonly used to create a wild in order to have some sort of trigger. In this case, the Bang Bang trigger, which requires a hit and a wild. And the hit you need to roll anyway in order to be able to use the leadership. So it's basically the wild is basically the only additional thing you need.
Okay.
But that was a poor shot.
Yeah, Deadpool's second action was really bad. He didn't do any damage, and he also didn't get the triggers, so super sad. Yep. But I think he just used his leg day superpower to hide behind the Fisk building.
Spending the power he built to jump back to not be as exposed. Although I'm questioning how much less exposed he is there. I mean, Hawkeye can easily get to him. Sam can easily get to him. Sure, Luke Cage can't, but
Luke Cage is probably not doing anything but stand on that point.
At least guarding it for now.
Yeah.
If he moves away from there, then Sabretooth might be very tempted to move there and flip it.
Yep. Okay, so big move back over to Lunatic Machine.
Yep.
What's his opening move going to be? Looks like Iron Man looking to shoot Steve 3.
Yep. Again, if he does a damage to Steve, then he will be able to do his charge, which could be dangerous.
Steve 3, though, is really tough to take down, isn't he?
He is, especially on his injured side, where he counts blanks against everything. Unlike old Steve, who I think, no, he also counts blanks against everything, but his shield doesn't work against Mystic Attack. His additional dice from the shield, and whereas Steve 3's does.
All right, let's see if Iron Man gets any damage through. Usually I use his attacks to push. Oh god, another crappy roll. Yep. PU. He did only 1 hit and didn't get the trigger for the push either. So he has decided to use his second action to simply move on to the point on the top of
this is a interesting move. Now Lunatic Machine has 2 characters on the side secure, which making it incredibly hard to flip. And also, Iron Man is now standing next to Black Widow, and he does have mission objectives. So even if Iron Man should go down, he can play mission objective and put his senator on Black Widow, who loves holding extracts.
Yep. All right, so we're back over to Volcano, who's looking to do, looks like a hook arrow off of Hawkeye. This is where he spends some power and gets teleported with 3.
Yep. And he can also spend power to ignore line of sight and cover.
I think he spent the power now to do the port.
Yeah. The question is who he will be.
Yeah, who's
firing
after?
at. He sadly for him he can't afford to both ignore cover and save 1 power to use the leadership to generate an extra hit.
Okay. Looks like he's just going after Toad. Raw dog.
Putting slow on Toad is pretty handy.
Another crappy hit.
And he got the wild.
Got the wild. That's good. Then the
reason not too crappy. 2 out of 5 is 2 or 3 out of 5 is average.
Yeah, with Toad though, Oh, looks like he saved it all too.
But yeah, so he doesn't get to do the. He doesn't get to do the slippery move.
Right, but he does get the wild, so he can put a condition on him, which you're suggesting slow would be the one.
Slow would be my pick, but
why did Toad take
that? That is also Volcano's pick.
Why did Toad?
He probably paid to use the leadership anyway.
Oh, I see. And just
it's a bit hard to follow. We have to. When they roll attack dice, we have to keep a look at Volcano's power. Because if he spends a power on the character that attacks, that is an indicator of him using the leadership. Because we're not going to see them actually change the facings of dice, as there aren't really a great function for that in TTS. So
Yeah. Okay, good point.
we'll
Thank you.
just have to keep a close eye on the power.
Right. So sure enough, Toad, because of that 1 damage, which is annoying, for Volcano, he will now go ahead and slippery away, but he's only going to go slow because he got the slow, just like you predicted.
Exactly. And since he's holding a senator, he's also only allowed to move once, but I think Lunatic Machine is pretty okay keeping Toad behind that building there.
Yep. And
So,
Volcano spends 1 to ignore line of sight and can go ahead and attack Luke Cage.
yep. And as he can choose between physical or energy attack type, Luke Cage is expected to only roll 3 dice, which he does. Ooh. Condition on him too. Slow is not bad there, but he chooses shock.
Shock, yeah.
Yeah.
So Luke Cage is sitting on 3 out of 6 hit points. Still fine. Now, Hawkeye did some work there, but not very much, and he's also very exposed, and he's only got 2 out of 4 hit points.
Luke Cage is looking pretty sad here, but he does have power for his spender.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to stay on that point
Christmas,
because it's a pay to flip.
Exactly, but I think he wants to hold off on moving away from it for as long as possible, at least until Sabretooth has activated.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he will probably have to see it flipped.
All right. Looks like Lunatic Machine is checking out what the Black Widow wants to do.
Double move, flip the enemy point.
Seems quite early to do that, though.
I would definitely, if it would have been me going down with Widow there, should he elect to do this move, I would try to put her within 2 of as many models as possible, because that's where she's counting blanks with martial artists.
Right.
That makes a huge difference for her defense. Spider-Woman has Volcano Spider-Woman has energy attacks, which is her weakest type of defense. She can also not use her calculated risk superpower against energy, which allows her to re-roll any number of defense dice.
Ew.
Which is really, really good when you're counting blanks. So she can really do some ridiculous defense rolls.
Yeah. Well, Lunatic Machine is checking out all kinds of different options right now.
Yep.
The Austrians are holding their first 2-day event in May, the middle of May. It'll be in Vienna. So if people want to check out the Viennese meta and meet some of the WTC players from that team, they should get a hold of.
I am certainly looking into it.
Oh, good.
We'll see if I can manage to make things work, but definitely, I love Vienna. It's a lovely city.
It is.
Lots of nice architecture. They didn't have all of that demolished during the war as much as Berlin and such.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are some great museums, and their subway system is really like logically constructed and nice.
Well, keep me
unlike the London one.
It's quite old. Keep me informed about your travel there.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, I just looked up the dates. It's the 10th and 11th of. Oh, wait, hang on. It's the wrong month. 11th and 12th of May. Get a hold of me or Huggy Bear or Lunatic Machine for deets.
We've actually also had some Austrians sign up for Multiverse in June. which is exciting.
Oh, that is pretty cool. Excellent. Half
Yeah,
full.
so that's it's starting to look good. Oh, great to hear. Oh, nice. Is Eric coming?
Your nemesis, the bear killer, bear slayer, Huggy Bear Slayer. Since you've already kind of mentioned it, go ahead and let's pimp out your event, the Swedish Wind.
Swedish Wind, Multiverse of Malmö, the Swedish Wind. Yes, it's on. You can read about it on Facebook. We can post a link, and it's. Let me whip the dates out. It's on the 8th to 9th of June at a place in Malmö called Malmö Brewing Company. And yes, it is indeed a brewery that make their own beer, which is only sold at the actual brewery and the restaurant there. So there will be possibility to have beers at the tables, and lunch is included in the price. And there's also the possibility to sign up for a Saturday evening dinner. So it will be very good for socializing, and it's also, as caller Anders is pointing out in the chat here, now an official LVO qualifier.
Wow! Hey, congrats, guys! That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's really
Perhaps
big news.
the caller could do me the favor of putting the link in the chat.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. So yeah, Swedish Wind is first weekend in June. I think it's the first weekend, and
It should be the second weekend, but sure.
Let me
Yeah,
check it.
This 8th and 9th.
Yeah, 8th and 9th, and that's in Malmo, which is right across the water by bridge from Copenhagen Airport. So fly into Copenhagen Airport.
If you fly into Copenhagen Airport, you're basically there. You're a 30-minute train ride plus a 10-minute walk away from the venue.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, Hawkeye.
So it's really easy.
Lunatic Machine's Hawkeye did his hook arrow forward and then shot at Deadpool and did absolutely nothing. Look at that roll. Blanks, shields, and skulls. It was horrible. And I think he's still trying to figure out what to do with his second action. And Kolar has put into the chat the links for both the Facebook group for information and also the Longshanks event. So do consider coming. That's going to be fun. So that'll be May and June sorted for international events.
Indeed.
Lunatic Fringe.
So
Lunatic Fringe. That is actually.
I think Lunatic would love it to have one, either Spider-Woman or Steve, activate before he decides to run his Widow down to the Eastern Secure.
What did you say happened?
I think Lunatic Machine is he's considering what to activate here, and he was once again measuring the Black Widow move, and I think he wants to hold off on that activation until either Steve or Spider-Woman has been activated by Volcano, so that they cannot retaliate.
So, are you thinking that Volcano passed after Hawkeye went, and so it's Lunatic?
Oh,
because it was Hawkeye who went, but he's activated. But now the Lunatic Machine's tools are still on the table, so I think he might have gotten past.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay.
Passes are hard to notice sometimes.
Yeah.
So Lunatic Machine has put a bunch of attacks into Steve, but done 0 damage, which I actually think has benefited him, given the fact that he doesn't want Steve to charge.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Steve, I suppose, needs 2 to do that. Hey, it's Wookie Mart. Wookie,
Hey there.
Wookie is Swedish or French now? I can't remember. No, Canadian. He's Canadian. French Canadian, even. Oh, wow. So him and Lucas are there from Canada tuning in.
Great to have you guys. What time is it over there?
Well, it's 2:47 in the afternoon there. 2:47. They're on, a little mental health break.
So these guys are both 4-0, right? 3-0 in the league.
Yes, correct. They're both 3-0.
Yep. Great players.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to get
Facing
these
off
guys
in the ever.
because trying to, shine the light on some players that we don't really know that terribly well, but are doing well in the league. So that's why I thought this game would be a good one to stream.
Yep. And there are a lot of those in Europe.
Yeah. Big bracket.
Good players that that haven't had too much time in the spotlight.
Yeah.
So deceptively dangerous to face off against.
Yeah, exactly. They're not known quantities. All right. Lunatic, you maniac. Just pick somebody already. I think that building is causing him a lot of problems now.
Yeah, if he could pass, I think he really would have wanted to, because there are no really good activations for him here.
Yeah.
Possibly just putting attacks into Deadpool, hoping to spike and daze him, have him drop the Senator would be nice, because now Volcano only has the characters that are already holding Senators left to activate, so he wouldn't be able to pick it up. And then maybe he could put it on top of the building, perhaps have Luke Cage move over there, pick it up. Maybe that's what we'll see here.
Well, so that's probably a charge. So the question is,
Yep.
is who is he attacking?
Or maybe it isn't.
He doesn't have a senator, so he could move
this
twice.
is interesting. It seems that he saved the charge for the second move. And he's not holding a senator. Yeah. So maybe he wants to attack Deadpool from behind to push him closer to Luke Cage, so that Luke Cage can walk over and punch him.
Not Luke Cage though. Oh yeah, Luke Cage. Yeah. Interesting. I thought maybe he wanted to go behind him so he could, take him unawares. All right. He does the attack. Oh, God, these rolls today are terrible. What the hell? Oh, by the way, there's been an update about the dice rollers in the MCP TTS Discord server. If you go into the FAQ channel, there's a new post there about the dice rollers. I encourage you to take a look at it and heed the warnings that are in there. Yeah, that is nothing. That was awful. Nothing into Deadpool, and the ricochet. Oh no, this was the second roll was for the pay to flip, and he managed to do that as well. So success to that case. Not a lot of attrition going on, but he definitely has been flipping all the Securas and not being moved off the Securas as well. Right, Volcano's deciding to move a Sabretooth with his single move onto the back point, which is unguarded at the moment, and is now within range of Toad. Is he going? No, yeah, he's going after Toad. And God, these rolls are terrible today. Whoo-wee! Neither of these guys came prepared. These dice are cold. It's like the winter's chill has settled into these dice. We're supposed to get a lot of snow here in the UK, at least in the north anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, overnight.
I thought you guys only had rain.
Well, I agree. I think people are just getting hyped up because of the news cycle. I don't think there's going to be much snow. It's going to be rain.
So it appears that Sabretooth tried to flip the point and got teleported away.
Oh, did he roll the skull? Yep, sure enough, rolled the skull. It didn't even flip it. Ah, insult and injury. Ugh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yikes.
That's lucky, very lucky for Lunatic Machine because his characters close to that point were already activated. So he would have had some trouble flipping it back. And Spider-Woman can't get to it because she's only allowed to move once.
Yeah. She could glide? No, she doesn't have enough power. Huh.
Now she would have had to have more power.
More power. More power. So, Huggy Bear, did you win your league game this week?
I did. I had a lovely game against Ad Infinitum. I was a bit lucky on the dice, but it came down to a pretty tight game in the end against his X-Force. So great fun.
Nice one.
Great game.
Congrats. Because you're on the bubble, right? You've had a loss.
Yeah, I'm 3-1 currently. So I went down last week to Tail Gunner, who is the winner of the Belgian Masters. So that was a tough one for sure.
Wow.
But 2 more to go, and we'll see what happens.
Where's Tail Gunner from?
Croatia, according to Longshanks.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Right, so it appears Spider-Woman attacking Sam. Ooh,
Yeah.
my God.
That was good. He rolled 4 attacks into just 1 save on Sam. Sam taking 4 out of 5 points of damage and getting shocked and poisoned for his trouble.
Yeah. There are 2 wilds in that roll, given the fact, because of Steve's leadership. So, tough one there.
Yeah, nasty.
So here he could actually have decided not to do the second attack, move Spider-Woman up, glide, and try to flip Lunatic Machine's Western point, and then have Steve flip the home point back later and finish Sam off.
Interesting. So yeah, the second attack does daze Sam Wilson.
Yep.
And then they are showing a blue stick for some reason.
Yep. I think he's playing fallback.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which he can do that before going down, possibly to wake up in cover.
Yeah.
That was a bold move, putting Sam in harm's way with 2 4-cost characters left to activate in the close vicinity.
Yeah, he
So
elected.
That could be.
Yeah. He elected not to use the fallback.
Yep.
Joe Manji is in the house. Hey, Huggy Bear.
Joe Manji.
Joe Manji just finished winning the Mutant Weekender in London, the first 2.5-day MCP event that we've run down here. Big win for him.
Ooh, congrats.
Yeah, manages.
And apparently he lost his league game 31-32.
Oh my gosh.
How does that? What crises were you guys running?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Senators and scoundrels.
All right, Luke Cage is going now after Spider-Woman finished up. Oops, Spider-Woman didn't get a tick. Hopefully somebody will remind him to put a tick on Spider-Woman. Anyhow, Luke Cage is moved off the point.
Yeah, maybe he can. Ooh. I have failed to realize that Lunatic Machine is running Luke Cage without Heroes for Hire here.
Yeah. Why did he move him, though? Because it looks like Spider-Woman now got moved. Glided.
Not sure if... this is the leadership move for Sam going down.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yep. So what happened, everybody?
He also got to remove the shock. So now he can sweep in and do some stuff.
So what happened is Spider-Woman dazed Sam Wilson, which triggers the leadership, which means that you get a character gets to move and remove a condition. So as Huggy Bear said, he moved forward short and then removed the shock. And then she glided forward to get onto the point and flipped it.
Yep.
And now Lunatic Machine is activating Luke, who's moved forward once and is now going to attack Spider-Woman.
He looks at he was out of
Oh, I
2
see.
from
Okay.
Spider-Woman. He does have enough power to do a spender, but he could also choose to attack Deadpool, or just move a second time and try to flip the point. Or possibly be ready to sacrifice Sam, the danger, sacrifice an attack off of Sam next round.
Hey, Lucas, in March, my wife will be visiting her parents in Lithuania. So I'll be a bachelor for a few days during the week. So maybe I can get in on some co-commenting on your show. If the hours are
Are you
not.
being unfaithful to me, Norbert?
No, we'll do our show. No worries. We'll do our show. But Lucas screams like 24 hours a day, so I can just hop in whenever.
Yeah. I've also done some guest commenting over the years.
Whoa. Whoa. I hope you use protection.
Oh, yes.
Right. So Luke Cage decided to move on the point and attempt to flip it, which he does without getting the skull. Right. So that's four. All 4 Securas are in Lunatic Machine's possession. And
so points wise, this means that Lunatic Machine is currently controlling all of the secures.
Yep.
Giving him a 6-4 points lead if this stands.
All right. Steve is attacking Cage, I think.
Yeah, and if he manages to build at least 1 power, he has the charge online, which could prove important.
So that was a good hit from Steve. It did three hits into no saves, actually. So that puts, because of damage reduction, puts Luke at 5 out of 6 points. Let's see where Steve goes now. Steve decides
going home to defend.
Let's get that point back.
Yeah. I mean, having a go at the northern secure there will be really tough because he would need to get 3 successes. Ooh, this is an attack. This is the attack, not.
Yeah, it's just.
And he did not. I failed to see if he used the leadership on the last attack.
No, he used it just now. I saw him spend the
right
the power just then.
But he couldn't use it now because he cannot. He can only use it if he rolls a hit.
Oh, I see. So what happened was that power was to flip the trap, which he does amazingly well, actually.
Right.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah, I mean, four energy, even when contested, even with 1 model contesting, I think it's a 75% or something to flip it when you have 4 energy defense. Savior Protocols used to have a real useful table with all these flipping odds.
Yeah. If you go into Jarvis's protocol, the app, or also a web version, they have all those dice rollers and odds and stuff in there. Yeah, so you can still do it now.
Yeah. But remember, flipping a point that is uncontested with 3 dice is somewhere around 84%. Flipping a point that is contested by 1 using 3 dice is 50-50. Flipping a point that is uncontested with 2 dice is 75%, but then it starts to go around real heavily if there's 1 contester and you only have 2 dice, then it's like somewhere around 30%, I think.
No.
So it's the conclusion to make is basically that it's often better to have a displace and 3 defense than having 4 defense and no displace. Because if you have 4 energy defense here, that also increases the risk that you roll a skull as well as successes and get put in a place where you don't want to be.
All right, so that was the end of Steve's move. Pretty successful, actually. So Volcano's got that home points, but look at that big party happening, the dance party happening around that back point. Jesus, a lot of people there. And now back over to Lunatic Machine, who is moved Black Widow forward a bit, and now looking to do a range 4 attack. Would that be her? Just must be her builder.
It's a gainer.
A gainer.
She could also choose to move forward and like do a YOLO attempt at the flip, and be ready to sacrifice damage off of Sam next round. Because if Sam goes down, that's not good for Lunatic Machine. I mean, he needs to get 3 successes on 3 dice to flip the point, given the fact that there are 2 contesters on it. So, and if he rolls a skull, that could spoil the possibility of sacrificing next round.
Mm-hmm. All right, so she's moved twice within 1 of the point, just like you said. So she's going to try to flip it. And does she do it, or is he not?
This is new core Steve PHP Chrono is Steve 3.
What is
Steve the Third, maybe even.
So did she moved on to the point, but he didn't spend the power to try to flip it, I don't think.
I think he's scared of rolling the skull and getting placed outside of sacrifice range and having Sam possibly go down.
Okay, so that's the end of round 2 then. Lunatic Machine has 2 extracts, but he's got 3 points. That gives him 5 points, bringing him up to 10. Volcano has 4 extracts and 1 that back point that you see on the right hand of the screen, and that gives him 5 points, bringing him up to 10. So 10-10 again. Wow. And the attrition's not looking really good on either side very much, so that's not a deciding factor here either.
So we are the models have clustered up, so there will be a fair share of fighting taking place over the course of this round, and if either side manages to get a point from the other, that could allow them to score 6 points this round, ending the game early.
Yeah, good point. So Lunatic Machine has Volcano does.
Volcano, yeah. He has fewer models, so he's bound to have it.
Yeah.
Unless he passes, but
no, why would you?
I would be surprised to see that. Just taking models out. Steve 3 is generally a good first activation because he doesn't displace models and he can do a lot of damage if he gets lucky with his triggers.
Should be noted that all of Volcano's team is now on the right-hand side of the screen.
Yep. All of, well, not Sabretooth. He's still...
Oh, yeah, Sabretooth, yeah.
Still on the offense.
And apart from Sabretooth, all the other extracts are on the right-hand side as well. So I'm not sure who... They're rolling dice, not sure who is getting attacked. Somebody was attacking Luke Cage. Might have been Deadpool. And so this should trigger Luke. Sam Wilson's leadership. So it was Toad. Toad took the slow off of himself, and I don't think he's going to move. Just took the slow off. Oh, it must have been Hawkeye then. So Hawkeye took down Luke Cage, and now he's attacking Sam Wilson. Not too bad. 3 hits, 2 crits. Oh god, the save is fantastic.
That's a good block.
Yeah, wow.
There should have been a leadership trigger
Yeah.
on Lunatic side when Cage went down.
Yeah, no, it was Toad. He took the slow off Toad.
Right, but he chose not to move him?
Yes.
Okay.
But wow, with the conversion...
Wow, he got 2 damage through that block.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Amazing. Wow.
That's insane.
So that was 2 actions, and now he's looking to do a hook hour to go on the other side of the building and protect himself by blocking line of sight.
Yeah,
And he put
didn't
bleed
manage
on
to
Sam.
get the whole way on. Yeah, ooh.
Put bleed on Sam as part of that last
Yeah,
attack.
bleed is annoying when you're low on health points because that sort of forces you to shake sooner or later, and then it turns into effectively it turns into a stagger.
Yep, exactly.
Those are all of those characters standing and hugging there are very tanky. Deadpool has exceptional healing. Steve has a possibility to use his shield. Spider-Woman is counting blanks within 2. Black Widow is counting blanks within 2, and Sam, probably the squishiest one here because he's taking damage, can increase defense die with his shield. So we might be witnessing a pillow fight here. Although so far, not so much. Hawkeye had a pretty good activation there.
Yeah, that was really good. And now he's perfectly safe.
But in hindsight, the very offensive move by Lunatic Machine with Sam going for the Volcano's secure was a not very successful move because that has somewhat the positioning of Sam has somewhat dictated all of his activations after that. He's been forced to head out to rescue Sam, putting characters close to him to protect him, which could probably have spent their actions doing better things.
Okay, I missed the arrows. Who's attacking here?
I don't think there were any arrows.
Oh, okay.
But Deadpool is taking damage,
Yeah.
most likely from Black Widow.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is a wild, so that should be a shock going on to Deadpool there.
Yeah.
If she used her builder, which I assume given the amount of dice getting rolled.
Ooh.
Getting Deadpool down to only 1 health left. Is he attacking
like,
Steve now?
Oh, I think she's either stacking or trying to flip the point. Let's see. Both roll dice. Yeah, she's attacking Steve. She did. Ooh, look at that roll. Oof. 4 hits for the Black Widow into just
leaving
one save.
Deadpool on 1 damage is a bad idea because he's going to heal it if he activates.
Sam is attacking. Thank you, Adman. Beat. It was a ricochet.
All right, Sam is attacking.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was
so
ricochet.
Ricocheting all over the place.
Right.
Wow, that was a great attack roll then.
Yeah, super good.
3 crits.
So what's happened is Sam Wilson attacked Deadpool, left him on 1, but then ricocheted into Steve. Steve took 3 points of damage out of that, 3 out of 6, and also got pushed. That's why I saw the push there.
Yeah, I bet he's eager to do that again.
Yeah.
You do not want to leave him alive on 1. No siree.
Nobila Bang was mentioning about Hawkeye at the bottom of the screen using Avengers Assemble to get on the point and flipping it, but it didn't happen. It did not happen, although that might have been interesting. But Sam now doing attrition back, oof. That could be really helpful for Lunatic Machine.
When Sam's dice are hot, he is crazy.
Yeah. All right, looks like he's attacking Luke Cage.
Looked like he was flipping.
Or flipping,
and that he failed, and he's getting placed.
No, why? He has to roll a skull, no? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong dice roller. Yes, he rolled a skull. Yeah. Which he doesn't care about too much because he gets such a long range attack.
Yeah, and he still hasn't used the charge, I believe. Although he should be a bit worried about the bleed. Only gonna have 2 health points left after that goes off. So I believe he wants to position himself in a spot where he can attack Deadpool and be as safe as possible.
Oh, I see. Okay, so he's going to charge away, so to speak, but still get cover from that size 2 thing, and
Yep,
then still be able to attack Deadpool. Yep, cool.
exactly that.
Yeah, nice one.
Ironically, the safest place for him might not be far away. It might be next to a character that he can sacrifice to, but then again, he's not holding an extract. So if Volcano decides to send resources after Sam there, then that might be beneficial for Lunatic.
Okay. Neither one have used any tactics cards.
Nope.
All right, he's going to
A
attack.
disarm would have been
Nice there, yeah.
impactful.
Yeah. That's not good. 1 crit. Oh, but he didn't save anything. He gets a reroll, but it's not going to matter. He's got 2 hits now into
So
no
Deadpool,
saves. Does take him down. Wow.
yeah,
Big.
important for Lunatic here.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is very interesting. Now he's putting the Senator next to Black Widow, and Volcano cannot pick it up because all of his characters left to activate are holding Senators. And Black Widow is great at surviving, great at holding Senators. So this is that was a good move for Lunatic.
Yeah. We should ask him about why he dove Sam so deep into the enemy territory there, even though it worked out for him here. Still risky.
And as Lucas is pointing out in the chat, this effectively makes it so that Volcano cannot score out this round.
Right.
Although I do believe he technically can, because Sabretooth could flip the western point. Spider-Woman could get to the southern point with a move and a place, and then flip. So technically still can, but not very good odds.
Okay. Now I see a stick down. It seems like Steve 3 went ahead and attacked the Black Widow. And she's re-rolling.
Yeah, and he's outside of 2, so she's not counting blanks here.
Right, but she spent some power to re-roll her dice, I think.
Yep. Calculated risk is the name of the superpower. She can re-roll any defense dice, including skulls.
Okay, so she took 1 damage out of that exchange, so that re-roll was quite nice. Steve rolled 4 hits now, and she saved 3. She's doing quite well. So
yep,
she takes just 1 more point of damage.
Yeah.
Huh.
One big move that Lunatic Machine could do now is activate Hawkeye, swing a hook arrow forward, and start shooting Volcano's Spider-Woman, hoping to put slow on her. Because that would probably take away the possibility for Volcano to get to the southern secure, thus preventing him from even the remote possibility of scoring out this round.
See what he ends up doing here, because he's got a lot of options still, a lot of unactivated characters.
But this is an intense game. It's really exciting. Every activation counts here, and there are a lot of points at stake.
Yeah, that's the thing about this. It's so many points on the table that all these things matter. There's no character that's...
There is no stress whatsoever to activate for Lunatic to activate Black Widow here. He will have an easier time flipping the point if Spider-Woman decides to move away, and he can definitely save her for last should he want to. Spider-Woman could try and kill Black Widow, but that's not going to get him the 6 point he needs to score out, even though Lunatic has a lot of options to use in retaliation to that. And if Lunatic should manage to get a single days off anywhere, that's certainly gonna put a monkey wrench into the works of Volcano.
So I think you called it right. Lunatic Machine is activating Hawkeye and doing a hook arrow.
Yeah, but it looks as though he's eyeing to attack Steve rather than Spider-Woman. Ooh, there's another possibility for Volcano to score out this round. Interrogate.
Oh wow. You mean? Oh yeah, from Spider-Woman. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
And Luke Cage is dazed, and she has the power. So all she has to do is remain there, and she has an additional point.
Ooh, that is spicy. All right, so Hawkeye moved forward and is attacking Steve. God, another horrible attack roll. Jeez. Nothing. Luke is saying how he always misses interrogate. I do too, pal. It doesn't come up terribly often is the problem. So you forget it if you're the opponent. Second attack is better.
If Lunatic would get... if he gets... that's a good block already.
Yeah.
But still... survived on one, it seems. Yeah, I mean, if Black Widow could do the last point of damage to Steve later, then that could actually be very impactful, because Iron Man is looking eager to come in and participate, for instance, by moving in and picking up a senator that Steve has dropped. Could have dropped.
Yeah. Right, so Steve got left on one.
Maybe Volcano pass.
And this looks like...
No. Spider-Woman going for... Ooh.
Attacking Black Widow.
Okay. This seems kind of desperate to me.
Why? I mean, it seems not going to be easy, but I mean, what else is she going to do?
Yeah, she's counting blanks here.
Yeah, no, but I mean, what else is
so? And yeah, 2 blocks. So not even with the leadership can she get a damage through.
Nothing. So first attack does nothing. Second attack is happening now. Second attack also not great. Oh god. 2 hits into no saves this time. So I think she takes 2 and survives.
Yeah. And still no one has played a single tactics card. Now I'm almost starting to hope that we won't see a tactics card play for the entire game. Yeah.
She gets shocked though. So she's on 5 out of 6 hit points and shocked.
Woof,
she
that was
close.
Yeah,
very close. Wow.
Yeah, and I think that...
Huggy, let me just interrupt. The reason she took 3 hit points instead of just 2, again, is probably because Volcano spent the leadership ability to get the extras.
Yes, and that is also why the shock was placed on her.
Okay. And she's done.
Because she can do shock, stun, and poison.
Wow. So over at Lunatic Machine.
Right. I don't think that Sabretooth has a possibility to attack Black Widow, so she is effectively safe for the game. He cannot use Avengers Assemble. He doesn't have a pounce or anything. So all Lunatic Machine has to do is to refrain from attacking Sabretooth, and he won't be able to mess with Black Widow's activation. And she now has a ton of power that she could use for her spender, do the last point of damage to Steve, netting another point to Lunatic Machine, who is looking more and more to be closing in on the victory here.
Iron Man moves up onto the storefront and attacks Steve, who's sitting on just 1 hit point.
Ooh.
Let's see if this happens.
Yeah, it's a bit risky here because I could use Avengers Assemble.
Oh my god! Look at that save.
Whoa, that block!
Yeah.
And he got the wild, so he has to push him. Although I think he can push him in a manner that he gets within 2 of Black Widow, getting her an extra attack into him later. but there's not much use in that because Iron Man is going to be or Iron Man is already holding a Senator. My bad.
Yeah.
So okay, he's
going to do the push now.
Yeah. Well, where's that Senator? Wasn't there a Senator next to Black Widow? Where's that gone?
Yeah, I'm not sure where it went, but it's on top there somewhere.
Yeah, it's there. It's yeah, the token has tilted for some reason, so it's hard to see. There's you can see a small red line.
Yeah.
If you pan left, we'll see it.
Oh yeah, it's on her car, on her model.
Yeah, or rotate left, not pan.
Okay, cool. So that's Iron Man done. That leaves Sabretooth to activate. I'm curious what he's going to do with Sabretooth.
Yeah. My okay.
Moves on the point. Looks like he's going to roll some attack into Toad. See if he gets lucky. Nope.
He can. He has Pierce, and he can spend to do another damage. So that's.
Yeah. So he had 3, saved 1. So that's.
But he should have Pierce.
I don't know if he has.
But does he have Pierce on his builder?
I'm not sure.
I think he does.
I think so too. But we'll have to take a look. And so he's done.
Or was it?
Maybe it was his spender.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Let's see. Where's Saber? There he is. Oh God, sorry guys.
Yeah, he does have Pierce.
Yeah.
All right. So that means this is. Yeah, this is already in the bag.
Yeah.
For Lunatic Machine, all he has to do is pick up the Senator on the floor with Black Widow, and that will score him.
Yeah. Wow.
The 6 points.
Wow. That's pretty intense. What a crazy game.
Yep. No tactics cards.
No.
Who needs them?
Overrated. Toad's just running away. So yeah, so Lunatic Machine is scoring 3 secures, 2 extracts, giving him 5.
Three extracts because Black Widow is yet to activate,
okay.
and one extract is lying at her feet.
Yeah, thank you.
So technically, he has three extract in his grasp.
3 and 3, which gives him 6 points, which is exactly what he needs to win. Volcano will be scoring 3 extracts and 1 secure, which is 14 points. Wow.
Plus interrogate. 50.
Oh, 50. Oh my goodness, that's right. So 60-15. Oh.
Yeah. Well, unless Black Widow has some fun now.
Sure. But I mean, God, I wouldn't do anything. I'd just pick up the token and call it a game.
You'd be worried that you're missing some sort of defensive tech. Yeah.
100%. 100%. No need to be cute. Maybe they're done. Let's see. I haven't gotten a message yet. Why don't we start doing our wrap up though? Since it seems like it's gonna be over. What are your impressions of the match?
Going into the match, I think Lunatic Machine's team was better constructed for handling the Senator's setup. Having more models, more is more when it comes to models on Senators.
Yep.
So going 6 wide is always a good idea there, if you can. Volcano's team was very interesting, and for a while it looked like he would be able to snatch Sam under the nose of Lunatic Machine. But then again, it was Lunatic Machine himself who put him in harm's way. So that was a that will be a move I'd be interested to ask him about, and also the reasoning behind the open activations. Who did he? How did he elect who to put extracts on, and why?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Volcano had a really good extract play, but I feel like he wanted to do a lot more attrition thereafter, and that just didn't happen.
Yep. Yeah, he took a lead on the extracts, but Lunatic Machines secure game managed to buy him the time and calmness he needed to then switch to chasing the one extra extract he needed to swing the game in his favor.
Right.
Which is what we see happen right there.
You know, the secures really saved him. Otherwise, he'd been dead in the water.
Absolutely. So that was a good opening play, going for the secures first. Would if this hadn't been a pay to flip, but a extremist or cosmic invasion, for instance, that would completely change the dynamic of this game.
Yeah.
That would put Volcano in a much better position with priority. So that's there you see how much these slight differences in extract or in crises can do a lot to the scoring velocity and dynamics of an MCP game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, what could Volcano have done differently? I don't know. I mean, maybe focused his fire a little bit on some of the extract holders. I'm not sure, but I guess he was really worried about giving up that one secure on his back point, because that was otherwise going to swing it over to Lunatic Machine's favor. Not sure. Anyhow, that's the game, 16-15. And we had a nice commentary. If anybody has questions for the players, we're going to go and jump into their chat and ask them a few things. So I'll see you over there, Huggy.
See you there.
Okay. All right. Let's go see where I can find them in the server. Boop, boop, boop. Here we are.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for letting us stream this game. We had so much fun watching you play.
Yeah, sorry on my part for boring you all with my contemplation about what to do.
No, it was a pretty fast game.
Yeah, there was one point though that he did actually do quite a bit of measurements, but we used that productively because we used the time to talk about your big 2-day event happening in Vienna soon, and also the Swedish Win 2-day event happening. So it was a good time.
Yes. Thank you very much for talking about it. Thank you.
Yeah, very welcome. So congratulations, Lunatic Machine, on winning the match. Let's start over with Volcano. Volcano, you're in Scotland. Have we met at a UK event?
I don't think so. I've only ever played at the Scottish tournaments.
I see. Okay, well, hopefully we meet sometime soon, because it's great to see your very interesting roster. We're thrilled to see all the choices that you made when you put it together.
Especially Gwenpool.
Yeah, Gwenpool.
Oh yeah.
Sad to not see her this game, but you can't have it all.
Yeah. She might have been out if it was 19 points, but we went 18.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the philosophy that you've put together. I mean, it seems like you're using Steve 3's leadership on all these non-core box characters that have really interesting triggers. Is that the basic principle?
Yeah. I think it's basically just about making sure the triggers go off a bit, are almost guaranteed. So there's a couple people with Pierce in there, like Miles's throw. You get it at least once a turn, but usually twice. If you've got Steve, just all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been using Sabretooth a lot because of if you do attack him and he attacks you back, he can spend it on every single one of those attacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the team that you put together. I think the biggest question on our minds is knowing how many points are on the table. You went, I mean, relatively wide, but not as wide as perhaps you could have. And was that holding you back, or what was the play that you were trying to? What was your approach going to be with this team that you assembled?
So it was the idea is on like the senators is you wait. Usually it's sort of like wait, and so the senator play is with Sabretooth to try and steal one of the opponents.
Yep.
So you like take your home ones and you wait until they've taken two of their home ones, and then Sabretooth takes their third, and then sort of says, "Come at me, hit me with what you've got." Um, I'd kind of forgotten it was pay to flip ones. So Hawkeye was originally just taken to sit at the back and launch arrows, and then I was like, "Oh no, wait, it's pay to flip." Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I probably would have taken Miss Marvel instead, just to go up and brawl in the center more.
Am I thinking, Volcano, that your idea was just that you pick up as many extracts as you can, including one of your opponents, but it felt
Yeah.
like thereafter it was more of a brawling team. Was that the general plan? Have I got that
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Hmm.
basically, yeah.
So where do you think things went wrong for you? Because you both were tied for quite some time. Were you expecting to be tied along the way and then use your attrition to start winning, or had you a different plan?
Yeah, it was probably to start use attrition to start winning. I think it was just maybe Deadpool going down to Sam, which isn't that unexpected, but also he can survive it quite often. Like if you got one more block, he takes 2 damage. He's up to like enough power that he can um exceptional healing the second attack and stay upright with an objective, and then go in the offensive. And then I've got more characters that can just start hitting things.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Black Widow there survived on one, and that she's got a point.
Yep.
If Sam goes down this turn, you're not getting any more triggers on that. And it gives me a huge advantage going into the next turn. I just wasn't expecting it to end. I just kind of forgotten how far along we were, basically.
Yeah, it
Like
sneaks
it's
up
just
on you.
like they're like, oh right, no, he's got 6 points. That's a game.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. This is so, but you seem to like the Senators, and that's, I see why you could, do the steals on the opponent's side and all, but it is quite dangerous because you've got 6 points just from the extracts alone. So, what's
Yeah.
the smallest number of secures? 3, right? So, I mean, that's a minimum of 9 points that you have to worry about each round.
Yeah. Yeah. But it sort of goes back and forth. I think it's just to try. It's mostly in there just to like because I can go like to 5 just about any points level.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly there to punish like tall teams.
Yep.
Because I played round 2, my opponent put down the table Star Lord, Hulk, Berry Bill, and Cosmic Ghost Rider. But that meant he could only score 3. Basically, he was only scoring 3 senators a turn because Cosmic was constantly Psychosis.
Right.
So that meant that I could just heal that bit ahead of him. Like it meant even if he dazed a chunk of my team, he still couldn't get the score up. Basically.
Yep. Understood.
So that's the.
Were there
That's
any?
kind of.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Were there
Sorry,
any? Were there any moves here that you feel like you should have done something differently to maybe improve the outcome?
I'm not sure.
Seems
I'll
like
probably
that.
think of it I'll probably think of it later, but
Yeah. It seems like the big
Always.
problem is that the points ran away faster than you were kind of realizing.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it went too badly because I mean, like I said, Black Widow survived on a single hit point. If that had gone the other way, or like Deadpool, and she didn't.
Right.
I know Cap did as well. Then it's still another turn on the game, and we're tied again.
Yep.
It's very yeah, it feels like we're at half a game. I think is why I'm just struggling to
Sure. And
think where it went wrong.
and why do you
Yeah.
think that you didn't use? I mean, neither one of you did, but why in particular you did not use any of your tactics cards?
Um, I was thinking about using disarm here, but I just didn't change my mind on it.
Hmm.
Um, thought about using Avengers Assemble to put Hawkeye over here, but I thought 2 dice maybe fails it, and I've just used Avengers Assemble just to get him over there, and then he's a lot more vulnerable as well. Because at 2 power he can shoot back at people. Again, wasn't expecting it to end, so I was thinking
Yeah.
next turn, yeah,
Sure.
I'll cut that kind of stuff.
Disarm was a very popular card for a long time, but it has been like sort of absent for an extended period. I have started using it myself lately. So how have you found it in general? If you aside from this game,
I yeah, I quite enjoy it. I think it more just messes with people's activation choices a little bit because they suddenly go, oh well, this beat stick character is going to be a little blunt here, so I'll go with maybe the second best hitter. And
right?
it, yeah, like it sometimes means that they're activating at a different. Yeah, it can be quite annoying for. I think it helps a bit. Yeah, because sometimes it just completely neuters a character. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
You have any other questions for him, Huggy Bear?
No, just a thank you, and let's move on to Lunatic.
Yeah. Lunatic, congratulations. How did you
Thank you.
feel about seeing 6 senators? I mean, it feels like going wide was the right call here. Is that your normal gameplay, or was this being driven by the senators in particular?
I try to always bring as many activations as there are extracts on the board. So it was like, yeah, it was like first of all spider portals. I love the crisis, and I love to have more activations to have a chance to flip them
Uh-huh.
and put more bodies onto the secures, and also with senators, the fact that you only get one move action. I usually go for more activations for wider teams on senators. Yeah.
So, but what is it about spider portals that you like so much?
First of all, it's not a popular secure.
Mm.
Not many people have practice on this, and as you saw, at some point in the game, you can abandon a secure and put the model somewhere where it can contribute, and yeah, you still score the point, and your opponent has to get over there and try something to get the point back. And I like it as far as pay to flips go.
Yeah. Now, it seems like the secures are what really kept you in the game. Was that by
Yes.
design, or were you reacting to how aggressively Volcano was sucking up the extracts?
Parts by design and parts by I can't engage with my models that much.
Uh-huh.
He's the better brawler, yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that the really big brawl happened here with Volcano's home extract is like, how can I get out of the situation? That's not ideal for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
So,
Hard.
but you typically go wide anyway, I imagine, with a SAM
Yeah.
list, right?
Yes. Usually I go 5 to 6 activations wide.
Yeah.
Usually 6. I was contemplating on bringing cable. Yeah, but on the other hand, it's senators and 6 extracts. As I said before, I like to have as many activations as there are extras on the board.
Yeah. So, were there any moments in the game that you were particularly worried about it? 'Cause-
Yes.
Yeah, tell us.
Practically every time that I spent in the tank thinking about stuff, the move that the activation where I put Sam on the portal over here
Yeah.
was very worried because usually Sam just evaporates, and he did. He got dazed. Yet he survived the following turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam put in the work, yeah. And then I was worried about Sabretooth, yeah. I was kind of expecting him diving one of my extracts,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to attack him because as soon as he has a senator, he has just one move action.
Right.
Yes, and he has no other way. If I don't attack him, no other way for moving. So I didn't want to give him that opportunity, and also he attacks back, and Toad is and Hawkeye were very juicy targets for Sabretooth.
Now,
Yeah.
Huggy Bear was very interested in why you decided to dive Sam so far in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
thinking.
interested in hearing that. Yes.
Yeah, I was contemplating to activate Black Widow instead of Sam.
Yeah.
Just double move and try to flip the uncontested point. Yeah.
Yeah. We saw you measuring the
Yes,
Black Widow move there. So
yes, and Sam was just like kind of I have analysis paralysis, and I just thought, I have a Sam activation. He can double move. He has also long move, and he can probably push people away. And let's see how the turn progresses. I think it was like, okay, I have to do something. I didn't want to activate Black Widow earlier than, but yeah.
Why is that?
because it yeah, why was
Honestly,
that?
honestly, I can't tell you anymore.
Okay.
It was in the moment. It didn't feel right to activate Widow, and I did place her here with double move anyway, and didn't flip the portal with the two contested models to have her as a sacrifice target, which I didn't use anyway. Okay, probably not the best planning on my side in hindsight.
It felt a little bit like after that move, most of your other activations were in one way or another about trying to mitigate the danger that Sam was put in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of like you sort of lost the initiative there, but managed to like with some key daces get the 1 point off of Volcano needed to bring this home.
Yes, this was always the plan to get either Deadpool or First Avenger. Some of the three models that had senators over here 2 days and pick up the senator. This was one of my goals. Yeah, and as soon as Deadpool activated, he was like the juiciest target for me. Yeah.
Yeah, the days on him was a key decision.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
What else do you have for Stefan Huggy Bear?
I was thinking a bit about your opening moves. I have played Black Widow, the new Black Widow, a little bit myself, and I find that she is so much better when she's holding an extract and when there's like a price on her head. So the opponent starts to try and attack her. But you elected to not pick up an extract with her round one. Why was that?
Yeah, I thought about it. It was part was the decision to I used Iron Man to pick up this extract over here. I was thinking about I didn't have any model to flip the portal over here, and I wanted to have as many chances to flip the portal. Usually, I use one flank with Black Widow, either the left or right flank, to go up and go for a secure or an extract that's there. I didn't want to have her in the middle because there was Spider-Woman and also First Avenger and Deadpool and Hawkeye, who all can get into range 3 of her, and then she not that great in my experience. She doesn't survive this kind of attention. And even if she dazes, not that happy about this. If she dazes in the middle, and I can place the extra over there, but on the other hand, would only have Hawkeye to pick it up. I have to commit one model over to flip the other portal, and I have to have as many portals to stay in the game as you saw. I have to get them.
Right.
But yeah, if she carries an extract by the, she gets way more valuable for me also, and way more annoying for the opponent. Yeah.
Hmm.
And she did end up picking up the key extract of the game
Yes,
in the end. So, yeah.
Yes. Okay, probably a little bit.
But I mean,
too late.
her strength comes from being attacked and surviving, rather than being. I mean, if you try to play her like sort of a normal MCP character, she just moves once and attack once, basically, which is not good enough value for a 4th threat these days. But if she's holding an extract and the people start coming to her, then that's exactly where she wants to be.
Yes. On the other hand, I usually play her with first Avenger, and then she's just fine to move once and attack, and as soon as she gets 4 power, just use her spender and kill the world.
Right, and stunning things basically automatically with her gainer is not bad either.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially against certain affiliations like Web Warriors and such.
Let's wrap this up by asking you the same question. Why didn't you use any of your tactics cards?
I was planning on a mission objective here. If Sabertooth would have dazed Toad earlier, I could have handed off mission objective to the center to the Hawkeye and move Hawkeye away with the leadership. So Avengers Assemble, I wanted to keep it probably for round 4 if I need it somehow. Brace is non-factor because none of us has any throws that matter. Fallback, I contemplated about fallback. The first time Toad got attacked, and there was Sam got dazed. I was contemplating about fallback just to have him dazed over there behind the car. Decided not to just to have it for another round. And as Volcano said before, I wasn't expecting it to end in round 3. I had lost track of victory points, and somehow I got 6, and he just got 5. And
Yeah, it's a fast game. I mean, 16 points are on the table, which is bizarre. 10 points are on the table.
Yes.
And theoretically 11 with the interrogate on top of that.
Yes.
So
He already surprised me about it.
Yeah.
And I also play Spider-Woman myself, so from time to time.
Yeah, people always forget about it. People
Yes.
always forget. All right, look, Stefan, congratulations on the win. You get to move forward into week 5.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
2 shots on the cut.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
You just need to win one more game out of the 2.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
You're in the big show.
I have a feeling that I lost all my luck. But just have to. You said you talked about the tournament in Vienna.
Yeah.
In May. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and also Mario told me that Norbert, you already promised him that you would be there.
Yeah. So Huggy Bear is looking to come too, which I just found out now. So yeah, things are getting a little more interesting.
Yeah.
No guarantees. I'm looking into it.
Okay. I'm counting on you, Huggy Bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Huggy Bear.
So we already have half the spots filled, but if you want to be there, we'll make something happen.
Cool. Thank you. And Volcano, you're still in it, even with this loss today, but you're going to have a little bit of a tougher road ahead of you. How do you like your chances?
I don't know. We'll see. It kind of rides by the skin of its pants sometimes. So.
How close have you gotten in the past?
I made top 8 2 seasons ago, I think.
All right. Cool.
So, yeah. And I think I lost 3rd or 4th round then as well. So we'll see.
All right. Well, we wish you a lot of luck. It was really fun seeing your roster in action.
Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for chatting with us today. It was really lively in the chat today. I'm glad everybody was having a good time there. And I hope if you're watching this later on demand that you're enjoying it. Please do give us feedback. We have a Facebook page now, which is Dr. Norbert and the Huggy Bear Show. Yeah, hopefully we can see you at one of these international events. And thank you, Huggy Bear, for another wonderful strategic commentary.
Thank you, Norbert. Always a pleasure, and this was an intense and fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. Really fun game. Really different from usual. So excellent stuff. All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Don't send us any money. We don't want the money because we're just doing it to enhance the game and the community we're all part of. So thank you for watching and have a great evening. Good night.
Good night.